Hey guys, welcome back to your Good Life Now podcast. I am Frankie Martinez, and today we have a very, very special guest. I am super honored to welcome the author, speaker, life coach to the stars, such as Robert Downey Jr., Kanye West, Smokey Robinson, just to name a few, seen multiple times on the Oprah Winfrey Show, Steve Harvey Show, literally spoke to millions of people, including myself, the world shaker and history maker himself. Please welcome Tim Storey.
But most of all, your friend.
Yes. Super. So
out of all those things that I get to do, I know Frankie Martinez. So that's cool.
Yeah. Super honored to be. And along those lines, I mean, I remember it had been 25, 26 years ago. Literally, I went to this church in Escondido, San Diego, and I saw you on a video, but someone said Tim Storey is going to be there live. So I literally went there, and I am not exaggerating when I say my life was forever changed. I was a 15-year-old boy on fire for God, and man, I have been preaching ever since, and you, hands down, has been the biggest influence on my speaking, mainly because of the energy, the power, and the humor that you mixed all together. And I said, man, Tim Storey, I want to be like that someday. That's a great man of God right there.
I mean, listen, that means a lot, because I know that people that I was influenced by when I was about that age, and how it means a lot to you. Like you probably think about me certain times of the month,
yes,
and like, man, that sounds like Tim, or I remember that time Tim said that. So what a privilege, what an honor.
I appreciate that. And I mean, just along those lines, it's super funny. I just barely thought of this right now. It came to my mind. I actually have a jacket that was very similar to a jacket you used to wear. And literally my family, I call it my Tim Storey jacket. And my wife says, throw that away. That's so out of style. I go, no, this carries the anointing. This is my Tim Storey jacket. And I still have it, man. One day I'll wear it.
That's super cool. So, Frankie, what is it like for you to see me continue to flow? Because I think sometimes we have people that we look up to, and then they stop doing what they did.
Yeah.
Or they're just not into it. They're off it. But to see the fact that I'm more into it than ever. Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
To me, that's super encouraging in my life, because as everyone, when you get a hunger and a passion for God, and when you go strong, you get hits, you get setbacks, you get all these things. And to see you after all these years, I remember when you were on the Oprah Winfrey Show and I was watching, and I bought that book, The Comeback, and that just really inspires me to never give up on these dreams that I've been believing for, praying for, sowing toward. And it encourages me to see you keep doing that, because I know that I can keep doing it.
Yeah, I like that. And I think that anybody, as you're saying, that has a goal or a dream, I say this way: you have a promise, then you have to find your principles, but you're always going to have your problems.
Yeah.
So every single person that's watching right now, there's something that all of us are facing. It could be a health issue. It could be, a challenge at their job. It could be a personal issue. But to know that we can find ways through the problem, around the problem, over the problem, but you can get on the other side. No doubt about it.
Yes. That's encouraging. And I mean, with that being said, I mean, you just came out with this new book, The Miracle Mentality, which I have the audio version of, which I appreciate you reading the book yourself. There's nothing better than hearing the author's voice read it. And just for our listeners, this book is so amazing. We're going to talk a little bit about it, but it's so amazing that if you're listening to this podcast, I want you to follow us on Instagram at Your Good Life Now, because I am personally purchasing 5 of these books and I'm sending them out and giving them to you to spread this message about the miracle mentality. So if you aren't on Instagram yet, create an account, follow Your Good Life Now, and you're going to find out how we are giving away completely free. I'm shipping them to your house, 5 books of the miracle mentality by Tim Storey. Powerful, powerful book.
That's very generous of you.
Yes.
Now, is this visual or just audio, this podcast?
This is both audio and visual. Yep.
Okay, so I'll hold up
There you go. That's the book right there.
So the miracle mentality. So what's cool is that I was on an airplane yesterday on United Airlines, and I write for United magazine every single month.
Wow.
And I write for American Airlines magazine every single month as well. And so the article I wrote for this month's United is on the miracle mentality.
Wow.
And then right in the article, they advertised my book. And then I was walking through the airport, Frankie, and I'm in 90 airports of the world now, where those big screens they have everywhere, and they show me motivating the 3 or 4 minute segments that I've already taped, probably 70 of them. And you see me in all these airports, and then they show the type underneath. And then after all that, boom, they show the picture of the book.
Wow.
So how cool is that? That the world is so hungry for the miracle mentality that people want to spread the news.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So, and that's what I love about the book. So go ahead and share with our listeners, what was the heart behind this book? Yeah.
I think that, one of the things is being able to travel all these years. I've now been to 75 countries. Is that I found that a lot of people are living what I call a discount version of their own life. And so when I go speak at schools for kids, it could be in a poor area, a tough area of any country. And if I say to these little kids that are like 6, 7, 8, what do you want to be? They'll say like a professional athlete, or a little girl, a ballet dancer, or a little boy might say the president, or a boy or girl might say an astronaut. So frankly, to me, it was almost like, what happened to people's childlike magical thinking? Yeah. So the book started with a thought. And then the thought went to research. I'm a researcher. So for every speech that I ever give, I put at least 10 hours of research. Wow. Just, to life coach somebody this morning, look at this giant manual. Wow. This is all Tim Storey material. You notice I don't take material from anybody. Yeah. So I've got like 7 more manuals that size there. So when I came up with the idea, then I hired all these researchers to drop information on my desk. Gotcha. About what happened to magical thinking. Magical is extraordinary, not regular, uncommon. So that's where the book started. Like, where's the magic? Yeah, I love that. I love that about the book. And I think that's what I got out of it. I mean, even the first few chapters, it just makes you believe. It makes you believe think miracles can still happen. And so as you're saying that, I remember in my younger days, my miracle mentality was explosive. And as you go through life and the challenges and what you call the messy, the mundane, and all these things, they begin to attack that childlike faith. And I really believe because it's that childlike faith that releases heaven on earth. So I believe if the enemy can stop that miracle mentality, he's stopping heaven from just invading the earth. So what would you say to someone who's maybe gone through some disappointment in life and that mentality, miracle mentality is, I think you mentioned disappointment as being one of the major things that causes that to be stifled. How can someone facing that kind of disappointment revive that miracle mentality? That's a great question. Okay, so what happens is that in life, we have momentum. Yeah. And some people say, well, no, I never did have momentum. Well, you did in some form or fashion. Yeah. Even if your momentum was, get me out of this house. Someday I'm going to leave here. Yeah. Child psychologists have found that the magical or miracle mentality is in everyone. And some people try to resist that. They'll say, someone said this to me yesterday on KBC Talk Radio. No, when I was little, I never thought these kind of thoughts. Well, I challenged the person because they did. Yeah. And it could be magical thinking as far as a movie or wanting to watch cartoons. Yeah. It was some form of expression of wanting something that was uncommon, not regular. Okay. Yeah. So watch. So we start with momentum and then something hits us. Could be your parents' divorce, could be an illness, something hits you.
Yeah.
I call it a life interruption.
Mm.
An interruption is a disturbance. It's an interference. It's also an interception. It's almost like if you're going down the field and the quarterback's throwing the ball and the defense intercepts it and goes the opposite way.
Wow.
That's how a lot of people feel about their life.
Yeah.
Like, who the heck intercepted my life?
Yeah. That's good.
So number one, how powerful is this right now?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Okay, so Tim Storey, what do I do? Well, I'm pretty good at this because I've been life coaching people very strongly for over 30 years. It's a long time.
Yeah. Before it was popular, right?
Before I even I didn't know of one life coach.
Yeah.
So number one, you have to become awake.
Mm.
Number two, you take inventory, like where's Frankie's life right now? Number three, you got to partner with the right people. And that's where a lot of people mess up because they become awake, like, oh man, my life sucks. They take inventory. This is how it sucks. But then three, if you partner with the wrong people, you're going to get the wrong results.
Yeah.
So you got to partner with the right people, almost done. Then you got to find the right principles. And that's what happened to you. So when you started to get into the things of God and the Word of God, those principles help you find the right plan. The principles help you find the plan.
Yeah. That's good. I love that. It's powerful, man. So I think, going along those lines, it goes with, you're known as the comeback coach, right? And I love one of the lines. I think it was a line that kind of resonated with me a lot. And it says, your comeback doesn't mean it's a go back.
Yeah.
So for me, that's kind of like, I really like that. So how do you differentiate? Because sometimes there's another saying where, like, if you tried once, you failed. But I know, like, so many champions, UFC fighters, they try for the belt, they lose.
Yeah.
Then they try the second time, lose. They try the third time, they win. And then they're the champion. So how do you differentiate between whether it's a go back or not a go back?
Yeah. So I think they're two different illustrations and two different analogies. So I think the comeback is not a go back. What that means to me is this. So you'll meet really good people and they complain a lot about the fact that maybe they got divorced. So you may meet a really neat lady and she'll talk about, I have 3 kids, but I'm divorced. I have 3 kids, but I'm divorced. I have 3 kids, but I'm divorced. Okay. So she's now labeled herself as a divorcee. And then many times they'll then say, oh, had that not happened.
Yeah.
Had that not happened. Watch. Had that not happened. So what they're thinking about in their mind, if I could go back and had that not happened, I'd be better in my present.
Ooh, I gotcha. That's good.
Okay. Or a guy that says, oh man, back in the day, I used to do a lot. Oh man. I messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's thinking, if I can go back and fix it. Okay. So I say a comeback is not a go back.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Tim Storey, if I had a setback, you do what I just told you. You become awake. You take inventory. You partner with the right people. You get the right principles. You get the right plan. And then you become persistent.
Wow.
See, so what happens is that my setbacks, if you notice, I don't talk about.
Yeah.
So you don't see me speaking on big stages just like, like bleeding my setbacks.
Yeah.
I may talk about challenges like in my book about people passing away or other things I talk about in my book or in front of big stages, but you never see me talk about it as, I'll say, like in Spanish, like pobrecito, like poor me.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
So no, a comeback is not a go back. I learned from things and here I am. So let's go.
Dang. Beautiful. Powerful. I love it. So there you go. So what, I mean, I'm just in awe of everything that you've done and how God has used you tremendously. Even through all those times, that even to this day, I mean, even to influence the people you're influencing now at the scale, like you said, to be at the airport. I mean, that's you're reaching people that would never step in a church, but they're receiving this powerful message. So what do you think was the major key that brought you from the way you grew up to Tim Storey right now?
Yeah. So I think number one, to put it in context, I think I'm just a piece of the puzzle.
Mm.
So like if I look at like people that are innovators and creators, it's cool school teachers I've met that are doing a great job. It's coaches, it's mentors, it's some of these guys that bring me Amazon boxes. They're cool.
Yeah.
So I think that I got my piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
But what I decided to do with my piece of the puzzle is make sure that it was pretty grand.
Mm.
So I think I shined up my piece of the puzzle pretty good. Does that make sense?
Yeah, beautifully. Yeah.
But there's amazing people everywhere, but I shined it up pretty good.
Yeah.
So to me, I feel that it comes down to a Christian thing.
Mm.
That there's a scripture in the Bible, Ephesians 4, verse 1. It says, walk worthy of the calling that you've been given. And what it actually means is step up to the spoken word over your life.
Yeah.
And so it was my teachers in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade. It was my Sunday school teachers when I was 6, 7, 8, 9 that were pouring things into me, instruction, tutoring me, mentoring me. So I give a lot of credit to my Sunday school teachers and to my teachers at school that helped mentor Tim Storey.
Wow.
No doubt.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's beautiful because I think that's good to know, because it encourages the listeners that are living their life, encouraging people around them, and I think it goes so far to see, like, we don't really understand how much a word of encouragement empowers somebody. To hear you, Tim Storey, at this moment saying you remember your Sunday school teacher, how she influenced your life, or all of these different people. I mean, that ought to motivate each and every one of us to just speak those words of encouragement to those that we see around us, and we could be raising up the next Tim Storey right there in front of us.
Yeah, but you see how I phrase this, Frankie, is that, like, I don't get off on like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm excited about my piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
I think it's vital. I think what I do is vital.
Yeah.
But I think with what your mother did to raise Frankie is vital.
Yeah.
Or maybe some Theo that was like a cool uncle.
Yeah.
His role was vital.
Yeah.
To Frankie. So, again, I think that's one reason God lets me do so many cool assignments.
Yeah.
Because I think that he looks at your heart and he goes, there's probably out of my close to 8 billion children, somebody might be more qualified.
Yeah.
But Tim has a good heart. He's not gonna start tripping on himself.
Yeah, it's good.
I let him go do all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because in the midst of being life coach to the stars, I mean, look at me just dialoguing.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Jersey Mike's lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great. That's good. So with that being said, I mean, I know you do a lot of things. You have a couple rehab centers that you own, I believe, correct?
Yes. So I've been in the rehab center world because I believe in rehab.
Yeah.
Of any form. I believe in rehabilitation of your mind.
Yeah.
Rehabilitation of your body, rehabilitation of your soul, and rehabilitation from all forms of addiction.
Yeah.
So in the past, I have been an owner of various rehab centers. At this current point, I'm not in the ownership side, but I'm on the side of continuing to help people in the rehab world.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I have a new app coming out that's going to be like at the scary level.
Nice.
That has to do with mental health in rehab. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. So with all the things that you're doing, if I were to if you had to narrow down what motivates you, like what's your thriving purpose that gets you up to do all these things, what is it?
It's different than when I was in my 20s. Like early 20s was, I want to make a difference.
Yeah.
I remember this, like, if I'd like be flying into Tulsa, knowing I was going to speak at the Mabee Center to 7,000 people. I remember flying in like at 27, 28. And I was thinking, I'd be like, people of Tulsa, I'm coming. We're going to turn the whole city around. Now more realistic. There's people watching right now that, you know, if Billy Graham knocked on your door, you know, back when he was alive, you still would not change. It's just people. Some people are the way they are. Okay,
I like that.
So, what I used to think in my 20s is different than what I think now. What I think about now is living life. I'm into living. I'm into breathing. I just went to Home Depot and bought some stuff. Then I went over here and bought some stuff. But in the midst of that, I'm creating a new cartoon with Randy Jackson from American Idol. Nice. I'm working on a $25 million play. I'm working on a movie with one of the biggest actors in the world. I have a best-selling book. I'm working on 3 TV shows that will do very, very well. But right now I'm talking to Frankie Martinez. Yeah. So to me, it's not what it used to be. It's not like,
yeah.
Here I come, Tulsa.
Yeah.
It's like, here I am right now.
Yes.
And let's try to make people's lives better, but also I want to live.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying living.
Yeah, I love that. And actually, that's kind of the heart behind this podcast. It's called Your Good Life Now. And the heart behind that is that, you know, so many people think that, well, I'm going to live my good life once I achieve this goal or once I reach this status. And I'm like, we have to live. If you're not enjoying the process, we're missing life. We are missing it. So that's the whole heart of this, is to help people live their good life today, regardless of their status, position. I mean, not to say we're not supposed to strive for things, but I'm like you. I love to live life. I love to enjoy the process, and I'm very grateful to experience, you know, life and have the people around me that are around me. And I want to make the most of every moment, enjoy it.
No, I like what you're saying, because what's happening, and so number one, it's a great title of a podcast. Yeah. What's happening is that, you know, God gave us the gift of life. And I have seen many people, as they were about to transcend go from this planet to heaven. I've been in many rooms like this where people were going to pass away from this earth.
Yeah.
And the most important thing to them at that moment was breath. Like breath.
Yeah.
What do people get excited about when a baby comes out of the mother's womb? Breath.
Yeah, first breath. Yeah.
Okay. So the fact that I can breathe is so powerful. So that's what I'm into. I can breathe.
Yeah.
In fact, we'll go there for a second, because there's a lot of people that don't even know this world. But in the world of miracle mentality, Frankie and I believe in, like, God can heal people.
Yeah.
And one of the areas where so many people get healed in my ministry is in the breathing area. Can hardly breathe, asthma their whole life. They come up with oxygen tanks. And I think part of the reason God uses me that way is because I really understand breath and how important it is. This happened just 2 nights ago in Texas. I was motivating Tim Storey, and then I pulled up this person that could hardly breathe. And they're like, oh my God, I could breathe. Because the gift of breath shows I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Truly powerful. Wow. I love that. That's good. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a video I was watching about you talking about listening, and listening to kind of your dream. You were talking about getting alone, and I think it goes along with this quote I got from your book. It says, "An uncommon life comes from uncommon dreams."
Yes.
Yeah. So getting, being able to see the unseen. God is the God who sees things that aren't as though they are. Right. So, right. But as I know through my experience and through the Bible, you read where Abraham had to stare at a barren womb for 25 years before he saw the unseen. Joseph had to stare in slavery for 13 years. And so many people waited. David was anointed king, but wasn't actually a king for years and years and years. So what would you say would help people if, how can someone see the unseen when they're staring at a barren womb?
Yeah. So I love, number one, I love the way you framed all that. Yeah. You framed that question well. Number one, I think we have to look at our expectations. I think that many times our expectations are not realistic.
That's good.
It's like a woman who's been dreaming all her life for this wedding day.
Yeah.
And she visualizes it. Okay. And I'm officiating the wedding, and the woman will say, oh my God, I cannot believe it's raining on my wedding day. And the woman's all emotional. Like,
yeah.
How many times has this happened?
Yeah.
I mean, so many, if you only knew.
Yeah.
Because I've done so many weddings that I've officiated, and it rains a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll hear like the woman, not so much the man. The man may say, oh, my girl's bummed out because it's raining. Because in her mind, she saw it sunny, birds are flying, singing, the heavens have opened. She lost 12 pounds. She could fit in a dress.
Yeah.
So the expectations that we have are many times like that about our goals, our dreams, our aspirations. I think they're unrealistic.
Wow, that's good. That's very good. Yeah.
Okay. So what I think I'm pretty good at is helping people to set realistic goals. Okay. Like for me, it's not about like, I want to do this by 12 months, and then I got to do that, and then next 12 months, and then I'm going to do this in 12 months, and I'm beating the sun up to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think that way. And look at all the stuff I get to do.
Yeah.
My realistic goals are goals like this. I want to get better. I want to get better.
Wow.
Like my eating's a little bit off. So I'm gonna get better.
Wow.
I haven't seen my mother as much as I did 2 months ago. So I need to get better this week. I'll see her 2 times or 3 times instead of 1 time. Yeah. I want to get better. So everything to me is about better. I'm not trying to hit this unrealistic spot.
Wow. Yeah. That's good. So then you're just trying to get better, and you just trust God with the rest. Is that what you're?
Yeah, because the deal is that everything is flawed. So every person in the Bible that did grandiose things, they were flawed.
Yeah, true.
So we try to make these people into these, people that were not flawed. And even the present day leaders that we think are so amazing are flawed. But I say it this way: God uses shaky people to do sturdy projects.
Yeah.
That was cool, right?
Yeah. Come on.
People to do sturdy projects. So I'm cool with my flaws. Like I'm really I really like Steve Harvey, and we're real friends, and we've done tours together. I did a show every Monday forever, and I love Steve, but Steve will cuss in the middle of a sermon. I mean, if you go on YouTube, he does these sermons like God could do this, and then he goes, blankety blankety blank. I was listening to the one the other day, and he said that. He said, "Do you see how much God loves me? I just said blankety blankety blank." But God knows that he's Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
But I love this. Billy Graham says, God loves you just the way you are, but he loves you too much to leave you the same. So it's not like you should say, I'm bad in this area and I'll never get better. No, God loves you just the way you are, but he loves you too much to leave you the same. So the idea again is just better. I just want to get better.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. That's perfect. That's inspiring. It's a great goal, and I think that plays a part in helping us enjoy life. Right? We're not putting all this unneeded stress on us. We're just, I'm gonna live my life, enjoy it, and get better.
Yeah, just get better. Like the thing is, okay, so this is a podcast that's going to go out to a lot of people, and then we're going to promote it for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, here I am. I've got probably 14 shirts that look like this.
Yeah.
This one is John Barbados. I think I have 9 of the same shirt, the same shirt.
Yeah.
Right. So I got Dolce & Gabbana up there, right?
Yeah.
I got Prada shirts. I got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I could have shaved. I'm rocking the Fear of God hat.
Yeah.
Jerry Lorenzo. I could have my hair all smooth.
Yeah.
Makeup, hair and makeup people. But that's not how I'm feeling right now. How am I feeling? I'm feeling relaxed. I'm feeling like I just went to Home Depot. I'm feeling another shout out to Mike's in case they decide to sponsor me.
Sandwich there.
No, but I'm not like some other people. Some people, they're like, they're number 13, they're number 12.
Oh, no.
I don't even know Mike's that well.
Oh, okay.
It just was by Home Depot.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got a tuna sandwich there.
Okay.
I eat pretty well. So here's my point, is that I think people that really do great things, they're not overly concerned about things that don't matter. Like some of the most powerful people I've ever met showed up very casual.
Yeah.
Like people worth a lot of money who were very casual and very laid back. I'll give you an example. Take me 1 second.
Yeah. Take your time.
I go meet this super wealthy black guy in Chicago, and he has a penthouse in the Waldorf Astoria, the famous hotel in Chicago. He owns a penthouse there, but he has other houses everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. His brothers.
Yeah. Nice.
So we're waiting for his car, and all of a sudden, I'm not joking with you, a Mini Cooper comes rolling up. the deluxe one.
Yeah.
And so I'm thrown off.
Yeah.
Come on, Tim. I get in, and I go,
No
I
way.
go, whoa. I go, what are you doing in a Mini Cooper? I go, I could see you in a Bentley. He goes, oh, I got one down there too.
Yeah.
I got a Bentley down there. He really did.
Yeah.
And he goes, but I want to drive the Mini Cooper right now. He says, because it's easier to park. But there's a dude worth so much money. He's driving a Mini Cooper.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool. That's cool. That reminds me of another question I was thinking of asking you, because, especially now with social media, exploding. It wasn't around when I was younger. Now it's here. So many young people, their dream is to be a professional, is pursuing fame as a profession. They don't care how they get. That's what they want to do. I actually did a podcast a couple of weeks about it. I shared one of Jim Carrey's quotes when he said, I wish everyone could be rich and famous so they could realize that it's not it, Yeah. And for you, obviously working closely with so many people that are living the life that millions of young people are striving to attain. What would you say in response to that, to someone whose only goal is to pursue fame?
Well, I'm famous.
Yeah.
And I'm rich. So it's not that I just work with rich and famous people.
Yeah.
So I have both. And at the same time, I say that in a way to say it is not moving me. What I mean by that is that this idea of the lust for fame is a lust for celebrity. The word celebrity means to be celebrated.
Nice.
Okay. So people say, "Oh, I want to be celebrated. I want fame.
Yeah.
I want to be looked upon." I see that, because we're both spiritual people, as something that is not really that great, because there were three top angels in heaven: Michael, Gabriel, Lucifer.
Yeah.
And Lucifer wanted fame.
Wow.
He said in Isaiah 14:12, "I want to be greater than God."
Wow, that's great.
And so that's the lust for fame you got. It is a spirit that prevails on the earth where people want to be famous. Wow. So when I say I'm famous, I'm not saying that I'm more important than people, but I am recognized by a lot of people. But we're all celebrated by God, so we're all celebrities. Yeah. And then I said I'm rich, and I said that on purpose, because I wanted to throw some people off. Because if they just took what I said, and they'll say, "Oh, Tim Storey just said he's rich and famous." Yeah. Okay, I'm rich in joy. I'm rich in peace.
That's great. Yeah.
I'm rich in wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm rich in godly heritage.
That's good. Come on.
I'm rich.
Yep.
I never said anything about money.
Yeah. There you go, Tim Storey. Switching up the game on everybody. Come on, getting people for a curveball there.
Because people get it twisted. I just told you I'm rich and famous. I'm rich in all those things. The attributes of God, and I'm famous in His eyes. Yeah,
that's good. That's good. Powerful. Man, here we go. The miracle mentality. Okay. So I heard you saying about, I love this. I've never heard it before, but I heard you say it. It's about your mindset is basically setting your mind towards something, And I love that. I love that. It's right there. We see it when we read the word. We just don't get it like that. So
mindset. So mind, where did I set my mind? Okay. Watch. So let's do a shout out to Chapstick. Okay. Yeah. In case they endorse me.
Yeah.
So watch this. I got a table here. Wherever I set it, that's where my chapstick is set. Wow. Your mind set. Mind set. Now, so when COVID-19 hit, to some people, the sky is falling.
Yeah.
Well, that's your mindset, mijo.
Wow.
Set.
Yeah.
Oh, who's going to be the president?
Yeah.
We're all going downhill. Yeah. Watch the video.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I don't want to.
Yeah.
That's your mind.
Wow.
Set. So God says, I will keep you in perfect peace if your mind is set
on me. Wow. Beautiful. So
now you know.
Yeah. There you go. Put that in quotation marks right there. So
come on, how powerful is this?
Yes. Mindset on Him. So what's the key to how can you help someone? How can somebody get that miracle mindset? How can they set their, hey, there you go.
I mean, so why lie? This is what people call it.
Yep.
I'm saying about the Miracle Mentality book.
Yeah.
This is the instruction guide that we've all waited for.
Yeah.
Just like Think and Grow Rich did something for people back then and even to this day.
Yeah.
You watch what this book does over the next 20 years.
Yes.
This is the instruction guide to the miracle mindset.
Love it.
Your mindset creates your mood set. Your mindset creates your tempo.
Wow.
Your mindset creates what you expect. Believe in miracles. Expect them. Receive them. Become them. Release them.
Yeah.
You want to be a miracle releaser, you better set your mind on the right thing.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. And what I love about the book is there's multiple chapters. You're addressing different areas. There's about friendships, the relationships. There's so many different avenues. So you cover it a lot. And that's why we're very stoked on it, to give it away and bless people with it. And I'm so honored to have you here, and I want to respect your time. But before we go, we always want to close with leaving some practical application to all our listeners. So Tim Storey, what can listeners do today to start living their good life right now?
Listen to Frankie Martinez more.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, look, I mean, because a lot of my followers are going to come over to you right now.
Yeah.
Listen to Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie's young. He's creative. He's got swag. And, see? So that's a good start. Listen to Frankie. That's answer number one.
Okay, that's going on my website. Tim Storey said.
Listen to Frankie more.
I love it. I love it. I love it, Tim. Well, man, I'm so honored for you just to take some time. Like I said, I cannot honor you enough you have no idea the influence you played in my ministry and my spirit and what God is still doing through my life. And I know I'm on my biggest comeback yet. So get ready. Things are happening. World shaker, history maker. That's what I got from you. And that's what I write on my resume because that's who I am. So I'm honored to spend this time with you. I look forward to doing it again in the future and visiting you at your church. That's going to be awesome. I do want to do that. Next time you're there speaking, I'll be there to support you. I'll meet you in person, give you a high five. Bam.
Frankie, just reach out to Joseph and just tell us when you're coming.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm proud of you, and you're next, but you're now.
Yeah.
You're next. You're coming up next, but you're also now. You're very current. You're doing it. It's happening.
I like it.
And I'm proud of you. It's a privilege to be on your podcast.
Well, thank you so much, Tim Storey. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tim Storey. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Your Good Life Now. We're giving away 5 of his books. You want that book. Trust me. So, as always, my friends, cheers to your good life.
When you living that good life. I'm just living that good life. I'm just living that good life. I'm just living that good life. Good